Hey guys, it's Cara, welcome back to the Rambutina channel. Today I have a crochet tutorial for this Christmas pudding ornament. I hope you guys like the design I came up with, and don't forget to check the description box below for more info and the written pattern. For this project you will need DK yarn in brown, white, red and green. The brown I'm using is a variegated yarn which gives the Christmas pudding a really unique look, but of course you can use a solid brown yarn. I've lost the labels for the white and red, but I'm pretty sure the white is from Aldi and the red is from Pound Stretcher. The dark green I got in a large pack from the Wool Factory. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook for the body of the Christmas pudding. Let's get started. Make a slip knot with the brown yarn and chain 19. My Christmas pudding pattern is a very large ornament, so if you'd like to adjust the pattern so it's smaller, you can make it 3.5 inches rather than 4.5 like I'm doing in this video. Skip the first chain from the hook and you'll have 18 stitches in total. Single crochet into the first 4 stitches. Then you want to make 10 half double crochets into the next 10 chains. Finish the row with 4 single crochets. Chain 1 and repeat this pattern of 4 single crochets, 10 half double crochets and 4 single crochets. I made 30 rows in total, and to measure how many rows you need, fold it in half and measure the width. You'll want it to be the same measurement as the height, so in my case 4.5 inches. Now slip stitch every single stitch together. Chain 1 to fasten off. Now grab a needle and sew the top shut. I go into each of the chain 1 spaces at the end of the rows. Tie the 2 loose ends together really tight. Now you want to stuff it with some toy stuffing, or you could even use scrap yarn. Here I accidentally used wadding, I think, which isn't that soft, so it looks a bit wonky. I replaced it afterwards with much softer toy stuffing, which I definitely recommend. Now sew together the other side to complete your Christmas pudding. We are now working on the icing. I wanted to make it a star shape, so I came up with this design using granny square techniques, which I think turned out really cute. So, using white yarn, leave a long tail for sewing in later. Make a slip knot and chain 4. Slip stitch into the first chain to create a loop. Go into the loop and create a single crochet, chain 1, which is a beginning double crochet. Finish this first cluster with 2 more double crochets. Then you want to chain 2 and you want to make 5 clusters in total with 2 chains in between each one. After the 5th cluster, chain 2 and slip stitch into the beginning double crochet to finish round 1. Turn your work and make a beginning double crochet into the space. Make 2 more double crochets into the space to complete the first cluster. Chain 1, make 3 double crochets into the next chain space, chain 2 and place another cluster into that chain space. Chain 1 and place 2 clusters with 2 chains in between into the next chain space. Chain 1 and continue this pattern. When you reach the first cluster you made in this round, chain 1 and make a 3 double crochet cluster in the same space as the first cluster. Chain 2 and slip stitch into the beginning double crochet. Turn your work again and make a beginning double crochet into the space. Now you want to make 2 triple crochets to finish the first cluster. Chain 2 and make 2 more triple crochets and 1 double crochet into the same space. Chain 1 and make a regular 3 double crochet cluster into the next chain space. Chain 1 again, and in the next chain space create 2 clusters with a triple crochet pattern, so 1 double crochet, 2 triple crochets, chain 2, 2 triple crochets, 1 double crochet. So, in each of the 5 corners make 2 clusters with the triple crochet alterations and 2 chains in between. Chain 1 and place a regular 3 double crochet cluster in the chain space in between the corners, and chain 1. Follow that pattern the rest of this round. After the last regular cluster, chain 1 and slip stitch to the beginning double crochet and chain 1 to fasten off to complete the icing. Now feed the loose ends from the pudding through the middle of the icing, and we'll use these strands to make it into an ornament later. Take the white loose end from the beginning and feed it through the pudding. Now I'm taking the other loose end to tie the corner down. I place it just above the chains. Now take a bit of the white yarn and pin down each corner. Make sure to keep it long so it's easier to secure it in place. You can see I stick my needle above the chain. And then with the other end, thread the needle just below the chain. Here I'm neatening up all those loose ends by sewing them to the bottom into that last stitch. And now I'm threading those loose ends into the very centre hole. Next we're going to make 2 holly leaves. I wanted to keep this pattern very simple and I love creating designs using granny square techniques, so I came up with this leaf pattern which I'm super happy with. This yarn is a little bit thinner than the previous colours, so I decided to switch to a 3mm crochet hook. So you want to take your green yarn and make a slip knot. Chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain to make a loop. Go into the loop with a beginning double crochet and 2 more double crochets to make your first cluster. Chain 2 and make another cluster. We're going to make our first peak, so chain 1 and then chain another 3, slip stitch into the third chain from the hook, and chain 1. Make another 3 double crochet cluster into the loop, chain 2 and 1 more 3 double crochet cluster. We're going to finish this round with another peak. And then single crochet, chain 1 into the beginning double crochet to start the next round. Then make another peak, three double crochet into the next chain space, make another peak and 3 more double crochets into the same chain space. Create one more peak. And place one single crochet into the left double crochet of the cluster. Chain 1 to fasten off. Sew the ends towards the bottom of the leaf, the part that doesn't have a peak, so that we can attach it to the pudding. Lastly, we are going to make a very simple berry. I decided to only add one as they are quite big, but you can always add more. So take your red yarn and make a slip knot, chain 3, and into the first chain I'm going to place 6 half double crochets. Slip stitch into the first half double crochet to fasten it together, chain 1 to fasten off. Sew the loose end into the middle of the berry and attach it to the Christmas pudding. I made a knot with the 2 brown lace ends to finish the Christmas tree ornament. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope everyone has a lovely Christmas/holiday break. See you in the next one. Bye!